So let's talk about architecture. Yesterday, we have seen what we have done the ETL activities yesterday in the Power Query. Inside the Power BI desktop, we went, right? We have extracted the tables from Excel file from the SQL Server as a data source, right? So where the business data was stored, we have extracted that, we have done some few transformations, and we have loaded into what? Power Pivot. So today we are going to talk on Power Pivot. Today we are going to talk on Power Pivot. Let me just start. Let me just start with Power BI desktop. Let me just click on this. This is a Power BI desktop shortcut icon on my desktop. Yesterday we installed it, right? So we installed this Power BI desktop software yesterday. It's a free software which we have installed yesterday. So today we are going to see Power Pivot, overview of Power Pivot software. Yeah, so we are here. So we'll just select a blank report. Initially, it will ask me for the blank report. So here we are in the Power BI desktop, right? So this is Power BI desktop here. So into this Power BI desktop, how we go to yesterday I have demonstrated how we go to the Power Query. We need to go Home tab. We need to select Transform Data and we need to click on Transform Data for that, right? By doing this, we go to the ETL software, that is Power Query software, right? So we are in Power Query software. Let me take in some tables. Like yesterday, we did some 9 tables we have taken, right, from different sources. So let me just take those. How to take a new table, how to extract the tables from the data sources. We'll click on New Source. We'll click on New Source. For example, the first data source is what? Excel sheet. So I'll just select here Excel workbook. I'll click here Sample Superstore. This is one file from where I need to take the file, from where the business data is stored. I'll just click on this. I'll press on Open. As soon as I do that, I'll see the sheets or tables inside that sheet. So here I can check. Here I'll get what? Preview, right? I'll select that and we'll press OK here. Right? We have done that. We have done that. So again, some more files we'll take from the Excel sheet. This time I want to take what? EMP this one. So I'll just select that. Into that, we'll select what? We'll select EMP table, we'll select department table, we'll select manager table, right? 3 tables we'll take. I'll press OK. Right? So these are the Excel data sources which we have taken. So six tables we have got all together. Finally, one more data source is there, that is SQL Server. We'll take a SQL Server also here. In the SQL Server, I need to provide here server details. This server details will be provided by clients itself. The clients or the company will give me all these details, right? So where the data source is there, where the business data is stored, this information server details, they are going to tell me. So in this, I have got this server details here. I'll just copy paste this here, right? So this server details is what? It's a mandatory thing and it's an optional thing. So I will not put anything into this database. I'll press OK. So into this server, whatever I have inputted right now, the server, there will be many databases. There will be a list of databases will come, right? These are the databases. So these 5 databases are there, right? Into this, I just want to select the product database. In the product database, some tables would be there. I need to select these tables, right? So I'll just take here customer data table, product data table, and sales data table, right? I'll select this. I'll press OK. Now we have got the tables or the queries from various data sources. One is what? 2 are from Excel sheet and one is from SQL Server, right? So here, what transformations was left? See, initially when we take the data, when we extract the data, we'll check for the tables here, right? Tables. We'll check whether everything is fine or not, whether headers are fine, whether rows are fine, right? Whether the data is fine. In this people, again, this header is having issue here. This person and region should be header. This first row should be as headers. So what I'll do is, I'll select this people table. I'll go to the transform tab. I'll use first row as headers, right? I'll click on this. As soon as I do that, a step would be added here, right? Into that step, this M code would be written here. I already explained you yesterday itself, right? We have done this. Now we'll see returns table. Returns table is also have that issue. first row is should be as headers, right? So I'll just select this returns table. I'll go to transform tab. Will click on this, use first row as headers. These are all what? These are all GUI options, graphical user interface options, right? Behind this, Microsoft has already written some code. As soon as I click on that, that code would be written here in the M code language, right? So now we are good to go ahead. Every other table is having proper data, proper formatted data, right? And one more thing, for the customers table, what we want, right? It is in first name, middle name, last name, right? So I need to transform these three columns into one column because the client is requiring only a single column for the names. So I'll just select this. I'll press Control key. I'll select these three columns. Where we'll go? We need a new column to be added, right? Into that new column, we want all these three things to be combined. So I'll just click on Add Column here. This time we'll go here, merge columns, right? I'll select here. What is the separator we want between these three columns? John space V space Yang. So we need what? We need space. So we have got space here. Yes, I'll just select that space. What should be the name of that? What should be the name of that? The name should be customer full name. Customer full name. Full name. Customer full name, right? So this should be a name. So I'm just giving it. It is just asking me a new column which would be added, the name for that, right? I press OK. As soon as I do that, I'll get a new column added here. I'll get the customer name, right? So it's pretty much clear. In the product data, I want what? English product name. English product name to be converted into uppercase. Currently, it is in proper format. Proper case format. This is proper case format. I want it to be converted into what? Uppercase, right? So what I'll do, I'll go to transform tab, we'll go to format, we'll go to uppercase, right? I'll click on this. In this table itself, it will be transferred. Okay, this is done. All the ETL activities are done. Now I need to what? I need to load this table, right? I need to load this table. Where it is going to load? It is going to load it into what? Power Pivot. Into Power Pivot, right? So what I'll do, I'll press close and apply. I'll press close and apply in order to load it. As soon as I press close and apply, these tables would be loaded like this. It shows load and the table names would be there, and we'll see here rows, how many it are added, how many rows are there into this. So let me tell you before this, see here today they're going to primarily focus on Power Pivot, right? So Power Pivot is also a database, right? I already mentioned here. Power Pivot is what? Power Pivot is a database, right? It is also a database. Its core functionality is to store the data from the tables in the form of tables, right? Its core functionality is to store the data in the form of tables. So the data will be stored here in the form of tables, right? It's also a database, right? So all the 9 tables I extracted from the SQL Server Excel files, right? I extracted from Excel and SQL Server. I loaded into Power Query, and sorry, I have transformed into Power Query and I have loaded into Power Pivot, right? Now, as soon as I do that, now here, can we see the tables here? Where can we see this table? The 9 tables are available here, right? There is an expand button. If I click on this, I can see the column names of that table. This is a table name, department, employee, manager, orders. These are the table names. If I want to see the column names, I can see like this, right? Column names, I can see like this, right? Right? Like this. So here I can see the table definitions. These are what? Table definitions here. Now, if I want to see table names and columns, if I want to see, I'll go where? I'll go in the table view. Right now I am in where? Report view. Report view means this view. Table view means what? If I want to see the table definitions. So here the table definitions would be there. Table definitions, table name and column names. Table name and column names, right? Table definitions means what? Table name and the column names. So this is how. See this customers table, orders table. This is how it looks, right? Here I can see. Here I need to select on the right hand side and I can see. I can see the tables here, right? So this was about the table view. In the table view, you can see all the transform data, right? Whatsoever transformation we have done in the customer data table, we have done this transformation, right? Customer full name, we have done this transformation. You can see the transformation here, right? Whatever we have done in Power Query. Also, we have done in products data. We have converted this English product name into what? Uppercase. We can see here, right? So it is pretty much clear. Now let me tell you something here regarding the Power Pivot. So Power Pivot is an in-memory columnar database which is used for creating an OLAP model. It's a simple definition. Power Pivot is an in-memory columnar database. I'll explain this. What do you mean by in-memory? But it is pretty much sure that it's a database. Power Pivot is an in-memory columnar database which is used for creating an OLAP model, right? Here I have mentioned OLAP model. We are creating an OLAP model here, right? Now let me just give you something about tell you something about the database, right? So database is used to store data, right? Database, what is the purpose of database? Database is used to store the data in the form of tables, right? So I told you that Power Pivot also is a kind of database. It will store the data in the form of tables, right? It's a database. So let me tell you something here. There are two types of database. Here, right? One thing you need to understand here is Power Pivot is a different category of database. It's a different category of database. It will come under what? In-memory database. It will come under in-memory database. See here, in-memory columnar database. So there are two types of database. I mentioned here the two types of database here. First type is what? Relational database. The first type is called as relational database or traditional database, right? This is the first database type. The second database type is what? In-memory database. In-memory database. So here I can give you an example. We don't have to go in much depth onto this, but I'm just giving you an overview of this. So it is called as relational database or traditional database. What are the examples of that is? SQL Server. SQL Server is an example. Oracle is an example. These are the examples of relational database or traditional database, right? Now, we'll see what is the difference between this. We'll see. I just want to show you the example here. In-memory database. In-memory databases are what? Power Pivot is an in-memory database. SAP HANA is an in-memory database, right? So what's the basic difference between this is? What's the basic difference here is? Before explaining, okay, let me just explain this. For this, I'll open some file here. Here we have got some source materials here. Power Pivot material, right? We'll go to materials. Here we'll go to what? Data modeling, right? Or we can go to the data warehousing concept, right? Here we can see that. Let me just, no, this is not the one. Let me just close this. We'll go to data modeling. We'll go to this Power Pivot. Yeah. So Power Pivot here, see here, when we are going to extensively around 2 weeks of time, we are going to study this Power Pivot in the coming sessions. So in that coming sessions, I'll be explaining you what's the difference between in-memory and traditional relational database, right? Here, I'll be explaining you that in the coming sessions. But here, for the time being, let me just tell you something here. So relational or traditional databases, the data will be stored in raw format. It will be stored in raw format, right? The relational database or traditional databases, the data will be stored in raw format, right? Here into this document, if you see, this is a raw format here, raw format. It's stored in raw format. Like this kind of rows would be there. This kind of rows would be there, and it will be stored in the row format. This row would be considered as block 1. Another row would be considered as block 2. Another row would be considered as block 3. Like that, it is storing the data. This is what? This is this is traditional database I'm talking about, right? So in relational database or traditional database, data will be stored in raw format, right? And relational databases or traditional database will process the data from the hard disk. From the hard disk, it will process the data, right? On the other hand, if we compare with the in-memory database, the data will be stored in a columnar format, right? So here, let me just show you here. See here, row storage. Now here, in-memory databases, it is stored in columnar format. See this whole row, whole column is there, right? Miller, Smith, Jones, Scott, Adams, Ford. This whole column is stored like this. Whole column in block 1, second column in block 2, third column in block 3. Like that it is stored. Here full row This row it is stored in block 1, row 2, second row it is stored in block 2, likewise. So the difference between is for in-memory columnar databases, columnar with the help in the it is in columnar format, data is stored in columnar format, but in the traditional database the data is stored in row format. So, and the second difference is in-memory database will process the data from RAM. It will process the data from RAM, right? So let me tell you something here. In-memory database would be much faster than the relational database, because we are just processing the data from the RAM. Here we are processing the data from the hard disk. There is a difference. Here the data can be compressed. The in-memory database, the data can be compressed, but this relational database, the data can't be compressed because it is stored in raw format. The data can't be compressed. So this is just I am telling you, right? We'll go in depth whenever we start this module, Power Pivot module. We are going to start in the coming sessions, 2 weeks. We are going to study that, and we'll see each and everything into this sheet, right? Into depth we'll see, right? But for time being, let me just tell you here, in-memory database will be much faster, right? And in-memory databases, they will be having the capability to compress the data. They can compress the data, right? For example, see here, pretty much clearly mentioned here. In SQL Server, if the size is 100 GB for the data, in SQL Server, if the size is 100 GB, right? It can be compressed in an in-memory database. That is, Power Pivot is what? In-memory database. Here we can compress this same 100 GB data into what? Into 10 GB. Means Power Pivot will not occupy that much space. Within less space, it can occupy more data, right? So compression, we can compress the data here in the Power Pivot. See, because it's in columnar format, we can compress it. As it is in row format, it will be taking more memory here, right? Simple definition. Data will be highly compressed in Power Pivot because it's a columnar format. Clearly mentioned here, right? So here, let me just tell you here some basic. Let's imagine the reports and visuals are there. Let's imagine two cases. Two cases I'll give you here. These reports and visuals we need to make, right? There are two ways. Firstly, what we can make is we can make the reports and visuals directly by using the traditional database like SQL Server. If I make these reports and visuals in using this traditional database directly, if I can make that, right? I can make it. So first case is that we'll make the reports and visuals with the help of SQL Server. And the second case is if we make the reports and visuals from the Power Pivot, which reports and visuals would be much faster? The reports and visuals made on top of this Power Pivot, that is in-memory database, it will be much faster because it's stored in columnar database. The data will be coming directly from the RAM. So it will be much faster, right? For example, if it takes 60 seconds to open the reports from the SQL Server, if it takes 60 seconds to open the report, here from the Power Pivot, it will take only 10 seconds to open the report. That much difference there is, right? So generally, that's why we prefer the reports and visuals to be made directly on the data stored in Power Pivot, that is in-memory database, right? So here it is pretty much clear here, right? Because of the architecture, the relational database is SQL Server, the in-memory database is Power Pivot. Because of that architecture, it is very much faster, right? And we can compress the data in Power Pivot, right? This is Power Pivot. Now here, so in the coming classes, we are going to see this. This is in much detail, right? So finally, what I would say is Power Pivot is a powerful database. It's a powerful database. The Power Pivot is a powerful database, right? Now, whatsoever I told you from last 15 minutes, right? Whatsoever I told you from last 15 minutes, it has nothing to do with the Power BI developer. It is just for your knowledge, because sometimes the questions can be asked within depth, right? Okay, what do you mean by in-memory database? Why Power Pivot is that much powerful? Why Power Pivot is having that much capability to compress the data? So you should be able to answer it, right? For that purpose, I told you this many things in depth. Now we'll see what exactly the Power BI developer has to do in the Power Pivot, right? Right here. As a Power BI developer in Power Pivot, we will perform two activities. We will perform two activities in Power Pivot. What is the two activities is? First is data modeling. First is data modeling. Data modeling. Second is what? Enhancing the data model. First is data modeling. Second is enhancing the data model. Right? So we'll just see what do you mean by data modeling here. Data modeling. So data modeling is what? Data modeling is establishing the relationship between tables. We call it as data modeling. So let me just go where we do the data modeling work. Here we have got model view. Here we are in the Power Pivot, right? We are in the Power Pivot. If I go to model view, we'll see these tables here. We'll see these tables here, right? We can see these tables. There are already some relationships done automatically for us, right? Here, products data, sales data, customers data. This is a relationship between them, right? There is a common column called as customer key. By using that customer key, it has already made a relationship, right? Here, by using what? Product key, it has made the relationship. By using product key, it has made the relationship, right? Product key, see here, product key. This has already been made. Here, between employee table, department table, there is no relationship, right? There is no relationship till date. There is no relationship, right? For this orders table, people table, returns table, there is no such relationship here. So here, the majority of the data modeling work would be done by Power BI itself, right? Now, if I want to, with a single click, if I want to make the relationship here, how we can establish the relationship between these tables is, we'll go to manage relationship. We'll go to the manage relationships here, right? Here there is an option called as auto detect. As soon as I click on this auto detect, it will detect the relationship. Now here, it has shown me, found 3 new relationships which have been added to the semantic data model, right? It has found 3 new relationships. It has directly formed the relationship for me. So maximum work, it will only do it automatically, the data modeling work, right? We just have to check it. We just have to check it, right? It was not done already, right? It has done now by whom? By the power pivot it has done. See here, it has already made the relationship, right? See department number, here manager, right? It has done the work here for me. Now in this Power BI report, now, for example, how this managed relationship would be working means, how this managed relationship is working is, there are some two settings. How it can do this automatically? There are two settings. We need to enable that settings. Then only this Power BI will do this relationship work or data modeling work. So what are those two? What are those two settings here is? I'll go to this file menu. In the file menu, we have got what? Options. Options here, right? We have got what? Options here. Options and settings. I'll click on this. Here we have got what? Options. In the options, some settings would be opened here. These are the settings here, right? These are the settings here, right? Into the settings here, what I need to select here? Current file. Current file. See here, current file is there, right? Into this current file, data load is there. Into this data load, there is a section called as relationships. There is a section called as relationships, right? Here, in this relationship, these two check boxes will work on the backend. There are two check boxes will work on the backend. This is first one is what? Import relationship from the data sources on first load. So what it is telling is, it need to, whether we need to import the relationship from the data sources on the first load or not. If I check in on, then only it will load the relationship. The first setting and the third setting we need to on, right? In order to do that work. Auto detect new relationship after data is loaded. So if these two checkboxes are on, then only we can do this data modeling work automatically. So now we understand the data modeling and the relationship in the table, right? These are the two settings. We have seen this. Now, data modeling, I told you, establishing the relationship between the two tables. Between the tables, we call it as data modeling. Simple definition, right? So majority of the data modeling work will be done by the Power BI itself, right? Now, we'll see. Now, there are some questions here. Why we need to do the data modeling? Why we need to establish the relationship between the tables, right? This is a question. Why we need the data modeling? Why we need to do the data modeling work, right? Now here, let me tell you some scenario here, right? Before that, let me explain you For example, if there is a Flipkart company, doing e-commerce business, they will have some customers data, right? Right? They will have some customers data. Flipkart e-commerce company, they will be having some customers data, right? So some products data would also be there, some sales data would also be there, right? As we are seeing here, customers data is there, products data is there, some sales data will be there in case of Flipkart company, right? So what can I do is I can store all the data in one table, right? There are two ways to store the data. I can store all these three tables into one table. I can make it a one table and I can store the data, or I can store it in three different tables like we are doing right now, right? So why we don't store all the information in one table? Why we don't store all the information in one table? Why we are using three tables here? Why Flipkart is using three tables here instead of using one table only? Because here the maintenance of the table would be easier. Maintenance of the table, managing of the tables would be easy, right? Because managing the table will be difficult if we store it in one table. Managing the table will be difficult. See here, even if I am joining to any company, right? If I am joining to any company, they will not store my information in one table. Some of the employee information will be stored in department table, right? Some of the employee table, some in employee table and some in manager table. Even my information, if I join to in any company, they will store in three tables: employee table, manager table, department table, right? So we don't do that. We generally we store the information, store the data in different tables in order to manage it easily, right? Now you loaded the tables into Power Pivot, right? On top of this, you will create what? Visuals and reports, right? Majority of the clients will expect the visuals from different tables or more than one tables, right? The clients will not come with the requirement that I want this is my requirement only from the customers data you make the visuals, or only from the products data you make the visuals, only from the sales data you make the visuals. It will not going to happen, right? Majority of the clients will expect the visuals from different tables or more than one tables, right? Now here now here if I go here, right? Now if the client is asking to create one visual here, customer name by sales. If the client is asking to make one visual, customer name by sales. So customer full name, where it is available? It is available in customers data table, right? Sales, where it is available? In the sales data, sales is available, right? Sales data, it is available. Sales amount, it is available in sales data. Customer full name, it is available in customers data, right? This is how they can come up with the requirement. Now if the client is telling me, is asking a product name by sales. So product name, where it is? English product name, here it is. English product name will come from products data table. If and sales, where it will come from sales data. So likewise the client would be asking the requirement from different tables or one or more tables, right? Product name by sales, customer name by sales, right? Two tables are involved here, two tables are involved here, right? Now we will see what data is there in the department table, right? Let's see here. We have got this employee table, right? Employee table. Employee table. Now this employee table, see here, we have got what? Employee number we have got employee name, we have got job, we have got manager, we have got hire date, we have got salary, we have got commission, we have got department number, right? We have got this data in what? In the employee table. Now clerk is an employee, right? Clerk, his name is Clerk. Clerk is an employee who is working in what? Who is working in where? Who is working into this? Who is working in a company? So he belongs to what? Department number 10. He belongs to department number 10. Now if I want to see the location of this employee name of this clerk, if I want to see the location of this particular person, what is the location for him? Where I can see? We don't have location column here, right? We don't have location column. Where the location column is available? In the department table, if I go, I can get the location column, right? This is location column. In the department table, if I go, I'll get this location column. But here, how I will attach, how I will join in, how I will come to know whether the clerk will depend to clerk, this clerk employee will belong to what department? How I can tell it? What is the common column between these two tables here is? See here, this is the employee table. Here we have got department number, right? We have got department number. And if we go to the department table, what we have got? Department number. What is the common column? Department number. So in order to check the location of this clerk, how I will do is I'll check here for the employee name clerk. What is the department number? 10, right? I'll take this. I'll note this 10 number. I'll go to department number. I'll take this 10 number. Okay. For 10 number, what is the department name? Accounting. What is the location? New York. So clerk is having the location New York. How I came to know? With the help of department number. With the help of department number, I came to know, right? Because this department number 10 belongs to clerk. So I can easily tell his department name is what? Accounting. His location is what? New York. I can easily tell here, right? Accounting, New York. So likewise, likewise, all the information for these employees, the location where it is stored, it is in department number. It is in department table, right? Right. So what I'll do is, now my client is asking to make a visual. Let's make a visual here, right? Let me show you a visual here. My client is asking to make one visual. Let me take a table visual. I'm just taking a table visual here, right? This is a table visual here. I've just taken a table visual here, right? Let me zoom in a little bit. This is a table visual. Into this table visual, what my client is asking to make a visual is, he wants what? He wants to use the column names from both the tables, from the employee table, from the department table. He wants the columns, right? So firstly, what he wants employee name, right? We have taken the employee name. I've just clicked on that. Employee name has come here. We want what? Job. We want job, right? He wants to see the salary. Client wants to see the salary as well. So we are just showing the salary. What is the third column he want? He want commission also. So I'm just showing here commission, right? I'm just showing here commission. Now he wants to see what? Department number. I'm just showing the department number. So this is the information he wants, right? So far I am able to show this information directly. Why? Because this all information belongs to employee table only. See here, this information belongs to employee table only. That's why I'm able to show it that much easily, right? So here, this is employee name, Adams, having job clerk, having a salary paid 1100, having commission 0, and that Adams belongs to department number, right? Pretty much clear. This is pretty much clear now. We understood this. Now here, now what is happening here? Now client wants to see department name and location also here. Client wants to see department name and location also. Can we see the department name and location here in this employee table? No, we can't see the department name and location here in this employee table. Where the department name and location is there? It's in the department table, right? So I'll drag on what here? I'll just select here department name, right? And I'll select what? Location here. I'll select location here. Now we have got this. Now I have shown what? I have shown some of the columns here which belongs to two tables, department table and employee table, right? I am showing this. I am showing this here. Now, okay, let's do one thing now. I am showing this department name and location from the department table and rest of the columns from where? Employee table. Now let's do one thing here. Let's do one thing. Let me go to the model view. Let me go to the model view. Let me just delete this relationship now. Let me just delete this relationship. We have got a relationship between employee table and department table, right? What is the relationship based on? Department number. What I'll do is I'll directly go here. I'll just delete this relationship, right? I'll just delete this relationship. Okay. Now there is no relationship between department and employee table. Now let's check here. Now, is it showing me the data? It is not showing me the data. It's not showing me the data. Because there was a relationship earlier. That's why it was showing me the data from two different tables into one visual. I am using only one visual for showing the data from the two different tables, right? On the basis of what I was showing, on the basis of the relationship I was showing. On the basis of relationship, I was showing this data easily. I was just fulfilling the requirement of the client. But as I have deleted the relationship between the department and employee table, I am not able to show it. So now, if I want to establish the relationship between department and employee table, with what column I would be making it? See here, in the employee table, See here, the clerk is having location and department name. What department name this clerk is having? What location this clerk is having? On what basis I was just searching? On the basis of department number. I was just searching on the basis of a column which is common in both the tables. So which is a common column in both the tables? In the employee table, what is a common column? Department number is a common column. In the department table, what is a common column? Department number. So with the help of department number, I should make the relationship between these two tables. It is pretty much clear, right? So what I'll do, how to make the relationship between these two tables? I'll simply go, I'll just take this department number, I'll drag this department number onto this, and this is how we can make the relationship. Extensively, we are going to see this whenever we see the data modeling concepts. Data modeling concepts, around 5 hours of time I'm going to explain you the data warehousing concept and the data modeling concept. So today is just a demo. Today the agenda is not to explain this data modeling, but just to show you how the tables would be having the relationship, right? So whenever we start the Power Pivot module, in that 5 hours extensively, we are going to talk on data modeling and data warehousing concept, right? Now, we'll see the cardinalities, one to one, one to many to many, all those cardinalities we'll see many things which are not shown here onto this desktop right now, right? So now we are done with what? Data modeling thing. Now if you check, is my visual showing the data? Yes, my visual is showing the data. Why it is showing the data? Just because of this data modeling, just because of the relationship between this employee table and department table, right? So we are done with what two activities? See, we got the answers for this. Why we need to do the data modeling? Why we need to establish the relationship between these two tables? We got the answers, right? Pretty much clear now. Now, after this, what? After this, I already told you that being a Power BI developer, as a Power BI developer in the Power Pivot, you will perform two activities. What are those two activities? First one is data modeling. I have just demonstrated you. I have just demonstrated you what? Data modeling concept, right? We have seen the data modeling. What is the second point? What is the second thing? Second thing is what? Enhancing the data model. DAX language, enhancing the data model. This is also the thing we need to do in Power Pivot. We are done with the data modeling, right? So what do you mean by this enhancing the data model? Let's see that. Now, the most important part of for a Power BI developer is what? Enhancing the data model. Enhancing the data model. Where we are using what? DAX language. Where we are using DAX language, right? So tomorrow, whenever we join in any company, they will ask us to make the reports, right? Being a Power BI developer, they will ask us to make some reports and tell us to show some new information in the reports, right? They will tell us to show some new information in the reports. Company will only tell you, see, if you join as a Power BI developer, company will only tell you two things. What is the first thing? Where they are storing the data, where they are storing the business data, they will tell you this. Where they are storing this business data, they will give you the credentials. They will tell you in the Excel file or in the SQL server or in the Oracle, they are storing the data. They will tell you this. And what is the second thing they are going to tell you is what reports they want to see. They will tell you what reports they want to see. They will tell you in reports what information they want to see. They will explain on this, right? Now for doing this, we will do what? ETL activities. We will do ETL activities and make relationships, right? All these things for reports and these things, right? So what I would, so here what we have done till date, we have done what? In the Power Query, we have done ETL activities, right? In the Power Pivot, we made some relationship, right? I just want to tell you one thing here is with the tables and relationship, we call it as what? Data model. Tables and relationship, we call it as what? Data model. Here what we are in Power Pivot, we have made the relationship. So we have got here what? Tables are there and relationships are there. So with the tables and relationships together, we call it as data model. Data model. So with the data model, with the data model, see here, with the data model, that is tables and relationships, we can show only 70 to 80% of the informations in the visuals. See here, if we are having the requirements from the clients, we cannot fulfill it with the help of this data model. By only using these tables and relationships, we can't fulfill the requirement 100% for the clients. We can only fulfill the 70 to 80% of the requirement from the clients by using these tables and relationship, right? Now, I'll tell you a simple example here. I'll tell you a simple example. I'll just explain you here. We'll go to what? We'll go to model view here, right? Let me just take a second page here, right? Into this, right? If my client wants to show me some information, let's take a table visual here. This is table visual. Now here, if my client is asking me, he wants me to show some information into this, right? So what information he wants to show me? Employee name. We'll take employee name, right? Secondly, he wants to show me salary. Thirdly, he wants to show me what? Commission, right? Commission he wants to show me. And what is the fourth information he want to show me? He want to show me total salary. He want to show me total salary. Now total salary, okay, we have got this salary, right? And here it is total also. Here it is a total of this salary, right? This is what he is asking? No. This time he is asking what? He wants to see a new column here showing a total salary. The name of that column would be total salary. In that total salary, he wants to see the addition of salary and commission. So salary plus commission equals to total salary. He wants to see that thing. He wants to see that information. He wants to see the new column here. The name should be total salary, and that total salary will be what? Salary plus commission would be total salary. That will be the logic. So total salary, what would be the total salary for Alan is 1900. 1600 plus 300. He wants to see that 1900 here. He wants to see the total salary. Now total salary is not available here. Let me just check. Total salary, it is available here? No. Total salary, I'm just searching it. No, it is not available here. So where I will get this information? Total salary is not available here, right? Client is expecting this. So total salary is a new information, right? Total salary is a new information what client is expecting to see, which is not readily available in the table, right? Now, let me tell you something more. Let's take a table visual here, right? Now in the orders table, we have got what? Sales column and region column. In the orders table, we have got sales column and region column, right? Now, in the table visual, here, region wise sales, if you want to see, if the client wants to see region wise sales, I'll simply check here region. I'll take the sales column. So region wise sales, he can see. Client requirement is like this, right? Region wise sales, he wants to see. Now, till this point, it is okay. But now the third requirement is what? Client wants to see. Now the client wants to show percentage of sales here. He wants to see a column having percentage of sales. Percentage of sales in the sense what? What would be the logic for that? Individual sales. For this central, what is the percentage of sales would be? This sales divided by the total sales into 100. That is percentage of sales. This again, for East, what is the East percentage of sales here is? Percentage of sales for East. This by this total. This amount by this total amount into 100. That amount, it should be visible here. And that column should be what? Percentage sales. So this by this into 100. That is percentage sales. So percentage sales clients want to see here. Now percentage sales, whether it is available here? No, it is not available. It's a new information. It's a new information to show. So what is the logic here? Here total salary they want to see, which is not available in the data, right? Here percentage sales they want to see, which is not available in the data. Now, how we have fulfilled the information 70 to 80%. We have fulfilled the information, right? We have fulfilled the requirement here 70 to 80% here also. But can we, like, is it possible for us to fulfill the requirement 100% with the help of the just tables and relationships? No, only 70 to 80% of the information can be fulfilled. The requirement can be fulfilled with the help of this data model. With the help of this data model, only 70 to 80% of the information is fulfilled. Now here, whenever client will ask us to show additional information or new information in the visuals, which is not readily available in the tables, right? Which is not readily available in the tables. That process is called as enhancing the data model. I told you, right? The second part, what Power BI developer has to do in the Power Pivot, that is enhancing the data model or DAX language. So here, enhancing the data model. What do you mean by enhancing the data model here? creating a new information, using existing information, we call as enhancing the data model, right? We call it as enhancing the data model. What we need to do here? We are creating new information by using the existing information, right? How we are going to get the new information? By using this existing information, salary column, commission column. I'm going to plus that. I'm going to add it. Then I will be getting that total salary column here, right? So I am just using for creating new information. What I am doing for creating new information? Creating new information using existing information, we call that process as enhancing the data model. So we have to enhance the data model, right? And into for enhancing the data model, what we are going to use it here is we are going to use here DAX language. We are going to use here DAX language. With the help of DAX language, we are going to use it. We are going to create a new information. So talking about new information, we need to create information, new information. How we are going to create this new information? By using the existing information. Plus, what we need to use? We need to use DAX language. We need to use DAX language. What is DAX language? DAX stands for what? DAX stands for data analysis expressions. DAX stands for data analysis expressions. It's a functional language, guys. It's a functional language. And DAX language, it's a combination of functions and operators. DAX language, it's a combination of functions and operators. Now, functions, what do you mean by functions? Let's see here. Let's go to this DAX here. We have got some functions here. I'll go to this introduction to DAX. We'll see here. Not this one. Okay, from here, we'll go to what? DAX introduction, yes. So in this DAX introduction, what are the functions we are using? See here, functions, DAX functions. So sum function is what? DAX function only. Sum, average, these are what? These are what? These are functions. These are functions. Functions is not here visible. Okay, functions would be what? Sum, average. These are what? These are functions. And what do you mean by operators? These are operators. Addition, subtraction, multiplication. These are what? Operators. So by using functions and operators, we are going to create a DAX language. We are going to use the DAX language. Functions and operators. DAX language is a combination of functions and operators, right? In the coming session, for the DAX language, I am going to cover all this extensively for around 10 hours of time. 10 hours we are going to focus on this DAX language. 10 hours of the time, 10 hours we are just going to focus on this enhancing the data model DAX language. We are having these many DAX functions here. Data and time functions, logical functions, text functions, mathematical and statistical functions, filter functions, time intelligence functions, right? See, there are many functions. See, time intelligence functions. There are many functions here. This is what? This is DAX language, right? We are going to study all these things. We are going to cover all these things, mathematical and statistic functions, right? Round up, round down, even, odd, SQRT, fact, sum x, minimum x, min x, average, count rows. Everything we are going to cover for 10 hours of the time. Whenever we'll take this power pivot, then we will be checking all this logical functions, everything we are going to cover in the coming sessions, right? So this is what DAX language. So we need to use what? We need to use functions and operators. We need to use functions and operators in the DAX language. We need to use what? Functions and operators in the DAX language. So this was DAX language, right? Pretty much clear here till this point. Now, enhancing the data model, we have seen whenever a new information needs to be created, whenever a new information is created, that new information, whenever we are creating by using the existing information, we call it as enhancing the data model. Pretty much clear, right? Now here, okay. Now we are going to see this enhancing the data model here, right? Into this enhancing the data model, the requirements we have seen. We want total salary, right? It's a new information. We want percentage of sales. It's a new information. Here we want percentage of sales. Here we want total sales, right? This is what? It's a new information. It's a new information for us. So before talking on this, so whenever we need to create a new information, right? Whenever we need to create a new information can be created in two ways. New information can be created in two ways. How we can do it is, see here, there is a table view. Table view is a place. Table view is a place where we will enhance the data model, where we create what? New information, or we create additional information. What is table view? Here, table view. This is table view. I need to go here, right? And I need to create a new information here in this table view. I need to create a new information here in this table view. Now here, let me tell you here. So there are three types of new information we have got. First one is what? Columns. There are three types of new information. We can derive this new information in three ways. First is what? Columns. Second is what? Measures. Third is what? Tables, right? So whenever I want to select this column, I'll select what? New column. Whenever I need to select measures, I need to select what? New measure. Whenever I need to create new table, whenever I need to create table, I'll click on new table. Now, how I will find it? Where I will find it? In the table view, if you go, you need to select the table where we need to create the new information. We need to go table tools. There are calculations is there, new information. Now let's see here. Now here, for example, if I want to create the new information where in this employee table, if I want to create the new information, I'll select this employee table, right? I'll go to this table tools, right? We are in the table view already. We are already in the table view. See here. This is report view. This is table view. We are already in the table view. I need to select the table where I need to create the new information. I'll select this table. There is some calculation sections here where there is what? New measure, new column, new table, right? These are the three ways we can create the new information. Here we are going to create the new information I mentioned here, right? New column, new measure, and new table. We can create these three types of information here into this, right? So whenever we need to create a new information, we can use the columns. Either column we need to use, either measure we need to use, or either tables we need to use. And by using these columns, measures, and tables, we need to use what? We need to use DAX formulas or DAX expressions we need to use. Now, how this DAX formulas and expression, what are the contents of this is? It will contains the existing information plus functions plus operators, right? DAX is already, I told you, DAX is a combination of functions and operators, right? So whenever we are enhancing the model, we need to what? We need to use some existing information. So DAX formulas and expression, how we can derive the DAX formulas and expressions? Based on existing information, based on functions and operators. We are going to create this DAX expressions. And with the help of this DAX expression, we are going to create this new information, right? We can create this new information by using columns, either measures or tables. Any one out of it we will be using to create the new information. This is pretty much clear now, right? Here. Now, let's see one by one. For this column, when we'll go on with this first option column, when we should go on with the second option measures, when we should go on with the third option as tables, when we will go out, when we will opt for that option, right? What is the first thing here? When to create columns? So here, in a table, here, see, simple definition is there. In a table, for every row, when we need a value or a calculation, we'll create what? Columns. Again, I am repeating, for every row, if we need a value or calculation, we'll go on and create a column. Now here, see here. So what was the requirement? Client requirement. If you remember, I told you there are two new information we need to derive. What is the first new information? Client wants to see a new column here. Client wants to see a new column. The column name should be what? Total salary. The column name should be what? Total salary. And what would be the logic for the total salary is salary plus commission equals to total salary. Salary plus commission equal to total salary. So here in this table, in the employees table, what I need what I need? For each row, I need one value here. For each row, I need one value here, right? For each row, when I need one value. For first row, another the total salary would be there. For second row, the total salary would be different. For third row, the total salary would be different, right? Because the salary numbers are different, commission numbers are different. So for each row, whenever we need, for each row, whenever we need a value, we will go and use what? New column. We'll create a new column at that time, right? We'll create a new column here. Now here, let me just show you how to create a new column, right? I'll just select this employee table here. Employee table. We are in what? Table view. I'll just select this employee table. We'll go and click this new column. As soon as I click that new column, a kind of formula bar would be opened here, right? Here, a formula bar would be open, right? Like this formula bar would be open. Now here this new column is being added here. What should be the name of that new column? I need to write here the name of that. What is the name of that? Total sal. Total sal. I'll give that as a name because we need to derive new information, total salary. Now what I need to do? I need what? Salary plus commission. I'll write here salary, right? Salary plus commission, right? I'll write salary plus commission here. I'll write here salary plus commission. Salary plus commission. Now, if I write salary plus commission, am I getting the value here? I'm getting error here. Why? Why I am getting error here? Because for the DAX, there is some syntax. DAX language will follow some syntax. What should be the syntax that would be followed in the DAX languages? Firstly, there should be a table name. After that, there should be a column name. Firstly, there should be a table name, then the column name should be there. What mistake I have done here? I have directly taken the column name. I have directly taken the column name. Where is the table name for this? Where is the table name for this? That's why it is just giving me error here. What I need to do here? I'll simply go here. See here. I want what? I need salary column. I need here salary column to be selected. I'll just write here SAL. So Power BI has got that intelligence. It will directly sense what is that employee table, EMP table, right? Table name is EMP, salary is a column name. I'll just click on this, right? Now it is taking correctly. Now what is the operator I need to use? Plus operator. Operator, what is that? Plus operator. I'll be using plus operator. What is the second column I need? Salary. What is the second column? Commission. I'll just write here commission. So it will just recognize that what I mean to say. It will just pop up like this. Employee table and column name. Employee table name and column name, right? So I'll just select this. I'll press enter. As soon as I do that, I'll get what here? For 2450 plus 0, 2450. 1600 plus 300, 1900. I got this information, right? I got this information. It is pretty much clear and easy to use this total salary, to use this DAX language here, right? So we got this new information. We created this new information, right? Total salary. What I can do now? Here what I need to do? We have got this total salary column. I'll simply drag in like this. As soon as I drag in, I can show that, right? Total salary column. I can rename it from here, right? Total salary, the name should be total salary. See here, total salary. I got the total salary. I got the new information here, right? By using DAX language. By enhancing the data model, I got this new information, right? So guys, till this point, we are done with that. We'll see the remaining session in the tomorrow session. I'll just stop the session here itself and we'll go on with some questions, guys. Guys, you can ask some questions. Whatever doubt you are having, any doubts, I will be entertaining you. No worries on that. Whether the doubt is for today's session or yesterday's session or day before yesterday's session, no worries in that. You can come up with the questions. I'll entertain you. No need to hesitate. No need to hesitate here.
Sir, actually, I have a doubt.
Everyone here has come for learning. Okay, Bharatwaj, just please go on.
Yeah, sorry for
Yeah,
that. No,
Bharatwaj,
sir,
can't hear you.
can you ask?
Yeah, you can ask Bharatwaj. Just please go on.
Yeah, actually, I'm new to the video right now. So like
Okay.
that, actually, I'm planning to focus on the job like in Power BI developer. I'm planning to do it. So what is the steps to get into the job if I'm going to start the learning now? So because I did it in 2019, I came from Bachelor of Computer Science background. So I have a few kind of certificate relevant to the data engineering as well as data analytics. But the thing is now I'm not getting any kind of job. I'm not getting any kind of job relevant to the data analytics field right now. So I'm searching for it. So what is the key factor to do it now?
Okay, okay. How many years of experience you have got, Bharatwaj?
As of now, I am having like 4+ years of experience. So not like I have just joined in Accenture as a BPO, then move on to the DSC technology as a software
Okay,
engineer. That's it. I'm
okay.
having.
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
just having like.
Bharatwaj, see, in the yesterday session
Mhm.
or the demo session, I already told, I know you were not there, but I'll tell you one more
Yeah.
time. See here, this particular course is is only means I
Hmm.
would say here it is there for the 3 years of experience. You can directly put 3 years of experience by finishing this course, right? This is
Okay.
45 plus hours of session this course is, right? If you complete
Okay.
this course, you can directly put 3 years of experience as a Power BI developer, that you have already worked 3 years as a Power BI developer, and you will be capable of handling the things easily on your own, and you will be able to
Mm-hmm.
crack the interviews. You can pretend there, I have I have got an experience of 3 years in as a Power BI developer, and you will get the job, and you will come into data analytics as well. So this is the
Okay.
easiest path I can just suggest you here,
Okay. Okay. So it's
because I
kind of
have
live
I,
session or else it's kind of a recording session.
these are like live session. This would be live session. 45 plus sessions would be live sessions here,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Some of
Okay.
them would be recordings, like 5 or 6 would be recordings, or 10 would be recordings out of that 55 sessions.
Okay. Okay.
But daily 1 hour the session would be there, and 10 to 15 minutes Q&A session would be there daily, or the doubt clearing
Okay.
session would be there, like we are having doubt clearing session right now, like that. The doubt clearing session would be there from Monday to Friday. It would be from 8 p.m. to 9:15 p.m. it would be. And
Okay. Fine.
you will get all the sheets, you will get all the worksheets, all the practicing materials. You can practice it on your own, and you can be capable after completing this course to show around like 3 to 5 years of experience in between this.
Okay, so actually I have a doubt now. So can
Yeah.
I, is it like, should I want to learn like SQL or is Python? So is
See,
it
yeah,
a
yeah, no, no,
required?
no, 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 no. For being a Power BI developer, you just have to have the knowledge about SQL. And this NIC
Mm-hmm.
IT Academy is providing a SQL Server video. Into that video, all the core concepts are there already. It's a video by
Okay.
Chandra sir.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
you will
Fine.
get it that.
Mm.
From there, you can study that SQL thing, and the Power BI, you can learn it from this course. Only these two things are
Okay.
necessary in order to join as a Power
Mm-hmm.
BI developer.
Okay, so I totally
See,
once if it is
Bharatwaj,
complete
I
the
can
course
I can
itself,
assure
na?
you here.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
So what is my
See,
doubt,
Bharatwaj.
na? So once if it is complete the course with us, na, then totally change my portfolio, everything wants to write in according to the Power BI developer, right?
Yes,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
you need to mention directly
Because
that
I'm
last
not
from
getting
last
any
three
kind
years.
of calls. Literally, yeah, yeah. Actually,
Yeah.
I
See,
forgot to
that is the
mention
only
one thing,
thing.
na. So,
Yeah.
mm-hmm.
See,
So
that's the
like,
reason you are not getting the
literally,
calls.
yeah, literally, I'm not getting any kind of calls. Actually, I forgot to mention one thing, na. So actually, I joined in TVS Supply Chain Solution as an intern to learn the data analytics field for the work for the 3 months. It's like
Okay.
how the data it will works in the real time project. But the thing
Okay.
is, when I was joined on that time, when I joined on that time, literally,
Mhm.
I'm struggling to like write the dash query and
Okay.
then getting the
Okay.
visualization, everything. I literally struggle on it. So
Okay.
because of lagging of experience, I think so.
So Bharatwaj, what I can suggest you here is, because I
Mhm.
will be grooming you also. We will be giving you the CVs also, how to prepare the CVs for a Power BI developer. We'll be giving you the projects also, what projects you need to keep into those CVs, how to show the CVs, how to crack the interviews, what questions and answers would be there in an interview. That also I will be covering here into this course. Everything would be there into this. I'll be giving you live
Mhm.
projects also. You will be getting that exposure of a live projects.
Mhm.
So in that, you will get an exposure, and you will be able to handle the pressures, handle the things, handle the projects on your own. Like as a three
Mhm.
years of Power BI developer will be doing, like that you will be also doing it after completing this course. because there are many success stories, Bharatwaj, in front of me. See, there are
Okay.
many people from the different background. Some of them are from educational background. They were earlier they were working as a professor. Then they shifted into this. Then they learned this Power BI course, and they are now working in IT company as a Power BI developer.
Mm. Fine with that now.
Yeah,
So then, actually, how long it will take time to complete the course now? Because actually, I have
45
an
sessions,
offer
one
in
and a
one
half month.
company. No?
Yeah, one and a half month at the max.
Okay, actually, I'm having one kind of offer from the my previous company. I'm just having it, so I think it's purely night shift now. So I think the shift will start from 6:30 p.m. to ended at 3:30 a.m. So
Okay,
meanwhile, if it
but
is
the
any
beauty
kind of
here is,
recording,
Bharadwaj, the beauty here is we have got the recordings also for this. You can
okay,
check that recording whenever it is possible for you. You can join the session. You can ask for the
okay,
question answers. See,
okay,
lifetime recording would be there with this course.
okay. So during that time, lifetime doubts also enabled, right?
See, lifetime doubts, no one will be asking. You will be itself would be capable of handling all
Suppose if
everything
it
after
is
the course.
anything related to, suppose if once if I get
Yeah,
a
yeah, you
job with
can,
the help
you
of your
can.
support, na, so
Yeah,
that
yeah, you
time if it
can.
is
You
anything
can
required,
get.
na,
Yes, yes, definitely you can come and you can ask.
mhm.
No worries in that.
Just for the clarification purpose only, na, not for the
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Got it, got it. You
consumption.
can
No.
you can definitely approach and you can utilize the things. Yes.
Okay, so the thing is fine. So yes, I'm planning to do that. So I'm planning to make the year with a good positive note like that. I'm planning to
Yeah, yeah, definitely you
look
will be
into it.
succeeded. No worries in that. I am guaranteeing you here.
Yes.
I am rest assured on that
Mm-hmm.
that you will be doing it. I know it. If
Okay.
you join it, if
So
you
now
if you
the
practice it on
industry
your
is
own, you can do it.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Fine, fine, fine. So that's according to you. So like how the data it will works in the data. So what is the current market? Because if I'm searching for the job, if I'm creating the resume like that, data analyst, na, to be honest, to be frank, I'm saying I'm not getting any kind of single calls from the company. I just applied it. That's it. Whether my
See,
resume has been
what is the
shortlisted or
issue
not,
is,
I.
what is the issue is, see, into the CV,
Mm-hmm,
you are not mentioning properly the projects. What exactly your
mm-hmm,
expertise is? What are the skill sets you are
mm-hmm,
you have done? You need to only mention the projects which are there already, right? On what
mm-hmm,
project you work? What was your role, key role onto that? What is your contribution to that project? You need to mention it clearly in the CV. They should know that those things. You should come to the LinkedIn, you should prepare the profile in that way. The CV should be properly formatted in that way to get the interview calls.
mm-hmm.
And moreover, you need to have some visualization skill sets. So Power BI visualizations skill sets will be definitely useful for you in order to get the interview calls.
Okay. So what about the previous? I mean, what about the salary package? Now, say for example, previously I was
Uh,
getting like four.
Bharatwaj,
So
Bharatwaj, all the questions he answered in the demo session, you please ping me. I
actually, I
will
forgot to
provide you
mention
the.
now because my
Yeah,
phone
yeah,
has
yeah.
been problem. Now, so
Don't
that is
worry,
actually.
because
Mm-hmm.
others knows everything. So all are joining past
Oh,
three
sorry for
days.
that. Sorry for that.
So no problem. I will give you. Please ping me. I will give you the demo video. So in
Yeah,
that he
sure, sure,
explained
sure, sure.
everything very clearly.
Yeah, ma'am. Sure. Sorry for that. Literally, I'm sorry
No
for that.
problem. No problem. I will give you all the details.
Sorry for that.
Even you can call me. I will tell you whatever the queries you have.
May I know the name, ma'am? Please, sorry. Literally, I'm sorry
Nitya.
for that.
So you reach me this number 70080468 through WhatsApp. I can give you
Yeah, ma'am.
more
Fine.
information. Yeah.
Yeah, sure, sure, ma'am. Sure, sure. Sorry
Thank
for
you.
that.
No problem. So Malli, somebody's raised a question hand.
Yeah,
Please
yeah, yeah,
ask
yeah.
your
Let
query.
me let me just check it. I have been working on optical testing for telecom IT projects for the past 3 years. Once I complete this Power BI course, can I use my optical project experience towards a Power BI developer role? See here, Ravi. Ravi has written some chat with me. Malli Shreni, I'll just get back to you. See this Ravi. So whatever experience you are having into that, so like you didn't use any Power BI tool there, right? So what I would suggest is instead of that showing that experience, you can show around 3 years of experience for as a Power BI developer, and you will get the job and you can shift your career into this Power BI developer. As a Power BI developer, you can join, right? Ravi, you got it right? Ravi, you there? Yeah, okay. Yeah, Malli Srini, yes, you can come up. Yeah, will you conduct any mock interview after the course completed? See here, yesterday, you were there in the session yesterday or in the demo session? There I have clearly mentioned you. There I have clearly mentioned you, like tell me about yourself, all those things. Like, let me share that thing here. Okay. So here, there I have clearly mentioned that I'll be explaining you all the things, how to deal with the interview. That also I will be telling you. I will be giving you the material on that. So no need to worry, no need to go on for mock interview or anything. You just have to read it. You just have to convert it as per your profile, and you can be easily getting the job, because they will be majorly focusing on the technical things, the skill sets, right? And everything. Tell me about yourself. Tell me about your project. Everything I have just prepared a document, and I am going to provide that documents to you. So you will not face any kind of issues with respect to interview. So be rest assured on that. Okay. Any other questions, please? Guys, do not hesitate. Please ask. Please come up with your queries so that I can just sort it out. I can just explain you. If any doubts are there, any hesitation is there, please come up.
Malli Srini, you have raised a quick hand. Can you
Yeah,
please?
in the chat, she has he
Okay.
exactly. Yeah. I've just entertained that.
Hi, sir. Hi, sir. I missed the demo class on day one. Like, can I get any recordings of those so that I can see them?
Yeah, Nitya, you can directly contact
Yes, you
Nitya.
will get the recording. So demo recording will be available uh, tomorrow morning on YouTube. So you can get it.
Okay.
So the
Uh-huh.
day one, day two will be available uh, maybe tomorrow also as well. So if you ping me, I can give you that separate link for that.
Okay.
Or you can
That
search
sounds
in our YouTube, or you will get it.
okay. Sounds good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is MNC only recruit Power BI? Yes, like there are many sectors for Power BI, even banking sector, even finance sector, even retail sector, they prefer Power BI, right? Even see, it's not like only MNC will recruit, the local companies will also recruit. There are many cases. There are many of my colleagues which are working here in this. Like their company is not an MNC company, but they are working as a Power BI developer. And one thing, guys, tomorrow's session would not be a free session, right, Nitya? Tomorrow's session would be a paid session.
Yes. Tomorrow onwards, we have a paid session because we
Yeah,
already provided past 3 days complete free session. So
yeah. So I want everyone to note these things. Yeah. Any other questions? Even a silly question would also be okay. No need. Do not hesitate to ask any questions. It purely like it is very important as per the career perspective. You should come up. You should ask any questions. I think Nitya, the questions are not there. So shall we
yes.
conclude?
If there is no question, we can wind up the session.
Okay. Okay then, guys. Thank you, everyone. I'm talking about everyone. I want you to utilize this opportunity, right? Because it's very important as per your career perspective, right? So tomorrow's session would be paid session. Thank you, everyone, for patiently listening. Yeah, 1 minute. Yeah, one more question is there by Ravi. You mentioned that Power BI is commonly used in banking, finance, commerce, and healthcare. Can I include my telecom project experience on my resume by highlighting my work with the Power BI in that project? Yes, you can do it. You can do it, Ravi. Yes, you can. You can do it. you can use it. But for that, you need to be confident. You need to be confident on that, right? Okay then, guys. Thank you, everyone. These calls. What is that calls? These calls are in market. What do you mean by that? Yeah. Is calls are in market, are in
I
market.
think
What is that?
he's asking about Power BI calls in the market.
Yeah. See here. See, definitely. See, directly you go to LinkedIn or you go to Naukri or you go to Monster. If you write there Power BI developer, if you write there data analyst, if you write there BI analyst or Power BI analyst, there are number of opportunities there. You can see those opportunities. You will see Power BI developer roles there everywhere, right? So you can check it on your own also. Don't rely on me. You can also check it. There are calls for the Power BI developer. And those who haven't seen the demo, I want you to see the demo. In the demo, everything I have mentioned, why Power BI is a leader, why Power BI is that much popular in the companies or in the corporates, what is the need of Power BI, everything I have mentioned into that. I want you to see the video properly. Okay then, guys. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.